Alright, am I live? Alright, just gotta switch over to YouTube, that way I can read chats as they come. I think last time I either just tried to run past some enemies or I got ganked. Drawing a bit of a blank, it has been 24 hours, and on top of that, I've mainly been playing with my other character, which I'm using specifically just to find out where I can get shit. Maybe I should lower the volume on my laptop. That way things can be... well, it can pick up my audio better. Oh, fuck me sideways. Those two over there trying to put tags on my videos. Do not plan on being double teamed by fuckers with tongues longer than my dick. Coming out here looking like fucking Ozzy Osbourne. See you then. See you then. Alright, so he's not selling them yet, but I was messing around with my other character and I noticed, oh hey, this guy's got some pretty powerful miracles that he's now selling. Looks like I just came here a bit too early. Not gonna lie, this entire area is a fucking nightmare to go through. Like, you got pot-shotting wizards, you got knights coming at you with hammers, you got big sons of bitches that'll just wind up pounding you. But then on top of that, you gotta worry about accidentally stepping in the wrong spot and you just plummet to your death. This area is one of the best in the game. I mean, I was literally just complaining about it, so you know that it's gotta be good in terms of level design. Yeah. But, you know, it's a mandatory area, which does suck. What makes it worse is that I gotta go through here just to be able to make my way to actually good bosses. Because at the end of this is the Demon of Song. And like, I decided to actually start putting my goals for my streams inside of the descriptions. Like, that's something... Hold on, my phone looks like it's low battery, so I'll quickly plug that in. That way I'm able to read the chat. Oh yeah, this area and Iron Keep were optional. Like, that would, in all honesty, in my opinion, make a lot more people like Dark Souls 2 instead of people recognizing it as the worst of the trilogy. Like, it's like, oh yes, if you're not constantly human, your health bar is decreased. Like, that kind of sucks. And then on top of that, you got the Iron Keep and this area. Like, it makes the criticism that this game gets all the more valid. Maybe instead of focusing on gaining experience, I should just focus on my cast speed. Staff of Armana, okay. Yeah, it doesn't help that I've got really low health stats, like only 30 in vigor. I can't wait till after I am able to just start farming the Giant Lord. That is going to make doing this playthrough so much easier. I actually think I... Oh wait, no, never mind. I was about to say, I think I got an item that increases the amount of spells, but then I remembered for whatever reason it only works with sorceries, and just decides that despite miracles being classified as spells, that it just... Oh, son of a whore! Yeah, I saw this thing come at me from behind the moment I started casting my spells. Am I doing the DLCs? I am going to do the DLCs just because there's so many good items I can get through the DLCs. And on top of that, like, killing all the final bosses of the DLCs and getting their crowns, then killing Vendrick and getting his crown, being able to make it so that regardless of how many times I die, needing to even use humanity is pointless. Like, that is just going to be super great for me. Wonder if there's anything like the Rusted Ring in Dark Souls 2. Because, like, remember how that was in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I just wasted a humanity. They doubled down on the worst parts of the base game. I can agree on that to an extent. Personally, I think the Poison DLC is, like, actually enjoyable in comparison to the others. Just because of the fact that there's so much interaction that you have in the Poison DLC that you just don't have at any other point inside of any of the Souls games, where it has you using a particular playstyle as, like, a core mechanic for exploration. Yeah, I figured it was at least worth a shot, because I think that the NPC that you're able to summon when you make it into the building is Bashful Ray. And he'll at least be able to help me get to the next bonfire. Yeah, personally, like, if it wasn't for the fact that it has one of the most likable NPCs inside of Dark Souls 2, like, the Ice DLC does suck. Then again, it also does have one of the worst areas in the entire franchise in Reindeer Fuckland. And then at the end of it, you get a repeat boss where it's just you fighting the same boss that you fought at the beginning of the DLC, but instead of fighting one, it's two. Oh, so the first time you went through, you didn't know about that bonfire? Man, that would be an absolute nightmare. Like, I was lucky enough my first playthrough to be playing with somebody who's actually beaten the game before. So, like, they were pretty much just carrying me through the game. Though that was on Xbox instead of PC. I hate the fact that the reindeer infinitely respawn too. Like, that's just what makes that whole area bad. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I tried too, and then like I wound up looking up a video because I was getting frustrated, and then I learned, oh hey, these fuckers infinitely respawn, making every single death that I faced inside of it feel cheap. And I was like, damn, I've at least killed them 12 times. That's how many times it takes for them to permanently despawn, so why are they coming back? And then it's like, oh, that's why. You know, at least that guy dropped a human effigy. I was starting to run low on those, so that is very much appreciated. You won't gank me this time, dickhead. Alright, I'm gonna run back just so that I'm out of range for the sorcerer, but that Ozzy Osbourne guy will follow me. Yeah, let's see then. I'm actually doing pretty well this time. Yeah. But I think it's just because I'm being cautious for the most part. Oh, probably should pop an effigy. Well, a life gem. But alright. A couple effigies. Not effigies, life gems here. Alright. Okay, then it wasn't Bashful Ray. It was this guy. And there's really no point in killing him, so instead what I'll do is shoot an arrow. You bitch! You know, I was considering instead of doing a cleric run for my first streamed run of Dark Souls 2, I was thinking originally because I did a bow only run for my first Dark Souls 1 run I did on stream. Yeah, I got the summon and then he died to gravity. What sucks is with this area being so unpopular that I don't think I'll get anyone who's just a random person to leave a summon sign down. This area is so unpopular that the aspect of jolly cooperation is just completely foreign to them. Let's see now. I don't have the stats to really use any bows because I was thinking maybe I could try picking them off, but nope. Yeah, true. And like, I act in saying that like I'm any better because I'm not leaving my summon sign here for helping anyone. Though I do see people leave their signs up at the Old Iron Keep, though that's mainly just because of the fact that people enjoy how easy some. Okay, then another human effigy, so at least like I'm not being completely wasteful. It's like I gain one and then I immediately have to lose one. I'm gonna get behind the pillar. Alright. Crimson water. Yeah, like I was mentioning with that NPC that I summoned, the first playthrough I streamed of Dark Souls 1 was a bow only run. And I felt super satisfied when I completed that run. I was like, oh man, this was so difficult. And then, like, I got so many people that were mad at me when I was streaming it. And, like, I understand it's not necessarily the most entertaining playstyle to watch. But at the same time, like, I was like, bro, it's a bow only run. If you didn't want to watch somebody cheesing enemies, you shouldn't have gone on the stream that is bow only. You know, I was thinking maybe I should kill it, but I thought that I'd be able to open up the door at least. Because I didn't want to deal with the second one also trying to snipe me. See them. Alright, you're going to be right back. Alright. I think for this early part, maybe I should try, instead of focusing on using my spells, just focus on the melee aspect of my build. Oh, son of a bitch! Wait a second. I think I've... You know, he's too close for me to... Why did he have to show up here? Like, did the game realize that, hey, I'm struggling? Might as well have the Dark Spirit of the Forlorn show up. That was a waste of a humanity. Right when I said, hey, this is the... Like, last humanity I want to spend on this area, immediately gets Forlorn invaded. The fucking bastard's back! Oh, you son of a bitch. Is he just gonna keep on reappearing until I kill him? Like, oh yes, I see that you are struggling with this area. Let's send the fucking Forlorn after you. This is great. This is good. This is definitely something that I... Okay, at least I don't have to worry so much about being double-teamed anymore. Wait, did I... Okay, I just landed the backstab. I also accidentally unequipped my chime. But you know, it is just what it is, I guess. How much health does he have? I mean, holy shit. Defeat ahead. Yeah, I'll give that to you. Defeat is ahead. At least he gave me back the humanity that I lost to him. He's still a fucking piece of shit. That hurt. I was hoping that would have done more damage. I was hoping that he would have dropped a human effigy there. But you know, that would have been the friendly thing to do, and the enemies in this area are anything but friendly. Hold on a sec. Yeah, true. At least it wasn't an actual invader. Then again, I think they would have been a little bit more respectful, seeing as, like, oh, hey, this person's struggling. Like, I'm going to wait for them to at least clear the enemies, or at least that's how it is most of the times whenever I'm invading, and then, or, like, I get invaded. Then again, there are those people that are just like, I'll take the easy win. Alright. Now to just lure him back. Oh, that was close. You know, this area is quite literally the only safe spot I have right now, so I think that from right here is a perfectly good spot for me to run and use the restroom. I don't think that I'll be invaded by an actual player unless, like, I just have bad luck. So, just so that I get that out of the way. Don't need any distractions. Alright, back. You know what would be a crazy idea for like a YouTube video? And I did a video talking about like why I love Dark Souls 1 and like it's part of like a series I'm going to do on Dark Souls 1. And I plan on doing it for the entire trilogy. But just because it's Pride Month and people use the word gay as like an insult, like, man, this shit's gay. Like talking like they're Riley Freeman from the Boondocks. Like gayest areas in Dark Souls. Happy Pride Month. Like this would probably be like top 10. Oh, thanks for the sub. Oh, you saw something there, my friend, that I did not see. Very good, my friend. Very good indeed. Did that fucker just die again? Son of a... Oh, my lord. You know what? Think instead of worrying about fighting that boss, what I'm going to do instead is leave my summon sign here. Yeah, and see if anyone needs help with the looking glass night. Actually, no, I'll go to Majula. Yeah, that genuinely got me pissed off that I died there. Alright, can't necessarily buy more spells from her just yet. I know I killed this guy, but has enough in-game time passed? Nope. Alright. Now I should have 4 skeletons that can drop me guaranteed humanities. Alright. You know, I mentioned Riley Freeman like just a second ago. Like, now that I think about it, it's been a while since I've watched the Boondocks. And it's crazy how many times that character wound up on the news. Like, my teacher called me the N-word, and it was based off of an actual, like, instance of a teacher calling a black student the N-word. Another time he wound up on the news was because he was just calling things gay. It's just like, do you realize how offensive that is to the LGBT community? It's like, what's that? Like, bacon, lettuce, and gay? Then he was explained what a bisexual is, and he's just like, ew, so like, they kiss a girl, and then they go and they kiss a dude, and then they go and kiss a girl, that's nasty. Like, even as a bi person, I'm just like, yeah, it is kind of gross how some people are with it. Funny's funny. I used to work with this Asian guy who was also a huge fan of the Boondocks, and he'd basically start quoting Boondocks, but every time he said like he was about to say the N-word, he'd just do like how little kids will go like, shut the up instead of shut the fuck up, and it's like, at that point, just say the fucking word. Like, Jesus Christ. You're also Korean. You literally have the past. All you gotta say is like, yeah, no, I'm just speaking the language of my people. And no one can get upset at you. Like, oh yeah, I'm not using it inside of the racist way that was derived from a Spanish word. for the word black. No, 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 I'm not doing that at all. I'm just using my people's word for you. I said that to him one time and he was just like, man, you realize how racist that sounds? And I'm just like, dude, you make fun of me for being Irish all the time. And he's just like, yeah, that's different because I'm half Irish. And I'm just like, oh, so that's where the white part of you comes from, because he was mixed. Great guy. We gave each other a lot of shit. See that? Maybe I'll trade in some of these petrified somethings to see if I can. No, wait, no, I don't have enough. See if I can get some good things with the trade. There you are, Silky. Alright, Twinkling Titanite. Titanite Slab. Cracked Blue Eye Orb. And another Twinkling Titanite. Alright. I'm half considering just getting the enemies to despawn. Then again, they might just do that naturally because of how many times I've been dying, and then it's like, oh. So I died so many times trying to get through this area that literally I've killed everything that's in my path. I was about to say, what was that sound? Was that a summon sign I heard? But I guess not. I must just be hearing shit. That's 3 hours of sleep, just making my brain be all fuzzy, I guess. Shoot, what's the name of that guy that American Sniper was based off of? Because, like, these guys are the Drang Lake snipers. Wait a second. Oh, it dropped something. What did it drop? Radiant Life Gem. Wow, super. It's definitely something that'll be of value to me. You know, a silky is a type of chicken? And the reason I'm mentioning that is because I was just talking to the Raven of this game, and it was like, give me silky! And like, I don't know, just the latency in my brain, just like, oh yeah. Like, silkies are just tiny chickens, and yeah, 3 hours of sleep is definitely not enough to have a functioning autistic brain. Don't even think it's enough to have a functioning brain, period. Yo, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Because regardless of how your day's going, it's probably going better than mine. I have lost so many humanities to this area. And I am not functioning at 100% mentally just due to a lack of sleep. And this guy keeps on falling off of I don't even know what. And just keeps dropping dead. Like, bro, I need your assistance. Like, what the fuck? What killed you? Seriously, what killed you? NPC is so bad at his job that he dies just walking around. Alright. So I'll try luring this guy away just so that I can get away from the spell sniper over here. Thanks for the twinkling titanite. Not like I'm going to be using it. Yo, am I finally going to make it to the next bonfire? Holy shit. I know I don't got the stats for a bow. But I could at least peg him with an arrow to get him closer. Unless that's just not going to work. Oh, yep, that way I only have to deal with them one at a time. Wait, did he just fall to his own death? Let's go. Finally, made it to the next bonfire. Holy fucking shit. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't slightly bricked up right now. There's nothing sexual about it, just... Stein, I'm happy. Alright. Oh, so Wait a second. Is... Holy shit. I think that it's glitched. I'm just gonna be able to... It's my... Oh, wait, no, it's because I got the maximum amount of life gems. I was about to say, am I about to farm infinite life gems? I'm such a dumbass. I never claimed to be smart. I never claimed to be good at these games. I only claim that I've beaten them at one point or another. Alright, let's go. Now I can just buy infinite casts of that. See then, does his gravestone show up yet? Nope. I don't think I have the necessary items to be able to... I wish that Dark Souls 2 had like a quick item bar, kind of like how Dark Souls 3 does. Because that would make quickly being able to access certain items so much easier. You know, I'm almost considering ending the stream here. Like, I know what I put down as my goals. But when it comes down to it, like... just making my way to this bonfire was difficult enough. And, you know, I'm just going to try to run past everything here. I think that there is a scripted invader. Yes, there is, but I don't have time for you, you son of a bitch. Going for the Demon of Song. I don't have time for invaders. I don't have time for random enemies. I've got a frog to kill. With my very minimalist amount of damage. Oh. He literally ragdolled me. Like, he treated me like a rag that he was drying off. What the shit? Okay, looks like Emit Force does more damage than what Lightning Spear did. Unless Lightning Spear just didn't hit him in a good spot. Wait, did it still manage to hit him in the face? I think Lightning Spear just might be thin enough to where it could hit his face even when he has, like, his skin down. Or does Lightning Spear just go through his armor? Alright, now I can't cast any more spells, but you know what? It is what it is. I think it's only like 2 strong hits away from dying. Or just 1 heavy attack with a mace. Alright. I remember right, there's going to be a knight up here, and... You know, I might actually be able to complete all my goals I set out for today. Like, at least I won't have to come back to the Shrine of Romana. Listen, I know you're a bitch, but get over here and fight me like a man. Or at least stop turtling. Like, there are actual turtle enemies in the game. You don't have to turtle. Didn't realize I had my ringer on. That spooked me. Good thing it also said potential spam. Otherwise, like, if it would have been like, oh, your brother's calling you, your sister's calling you, or like my mom. Like, if it was one of those cases, I'd be like, shit, is there something wrong with the dog? Like, are we, like, I know that his blood work said that he could take the medicine and that he's an old boy, but, like, is he good? Like, is that why you're calling me? Or, like, if it was my grandma, just like, yeah, like, hey, I want you to do this, that, or the third. It's like, okay, yeah, grandma, I got no problem doing that. But when it just says potential spam, like, yeah, no, not gonna fuck with that. But yeah, that was genuinely a jump scare. Just because, like, I was like, oh man, I gotta land this attack, and then just, ugh! I know that the stream it's showing my frames as being super, like, sloppy, skipping every few frames, but it's going as smooth as butter from my end. So, you know, even with Dark Souls 2 being slow, like, I hit the button and I was like, alright, I gotta land this. Yeah, And my heart's beating fast. That genuinely like spooked me there. Wait a second. Okay, then I need to level up more faith to get that. Let's see, what's my sub count looking like? Okay, 920. That's pretty good. Actually beginning to get close to my birthday, so I'm wondering if I'm actually going to be able to reach my goal of 1,000 by my birthday. Like, it's not necessarily something I've been, like, advertising, like, oh, hey, if I get 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, like, here were my 2 promises, just to reiterate. Because, you know, I feel like that would just become repetitive of me just constantly reminding people, like, hey, just so you know, I do have a subscriber goal, and, like, this is the date. Popping a heal. In all honesty, if I was doing like a sorcery build, there's a particular hex that I could use as a sorcerer that would have been great to have right there, just because of the fact that it essentially winds up poisoning them and making it so that, you know, all I gotta do is step back and it'll completely heal everything else up. That's kind of like what the build is that I was going for with my other character, which I use off stream just to like try to find where shit's at, because it's been over a year before I started replaying this game and started doing it on stream. Like, man, it's been so long, I forgot where everything's at. Like, where the fuck do I get all these good items? Because, like, there's some things that I remember, then other things where it's like, oh yeah, I guess that's, oh shoot. Great thing about this NPC is he'll start pretty much killing everything that's inside of this room. Now all I gotta do is let him handle it. Unless he's being dumb. He can't decide whether he wants to fight or whether he wants to waste my time. Oh, sure, now you go for it when it's already fucking dead. Alright, just going to exhaust his dialogue because if I remember right, this guy also does sell me some miracles that I can use. Alright. One of the lost miracles. Yeah, this actually seems like a pretty decent item for me to have right now. And he sells humanities. Let's... Not humanities, human effigies. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay then, any soul clumps? You know, I can only get like a poisoned whip with this. So, you know, I'll pop it here just to get myself some more humanities. Yes. Human effigies. I was playing way too much Dark Souls 1 before I wound up doing this run. Alright. All I gotta do is just not ring the bells. Make my way to the door. And I'll be golden. Can't be greedy. No, you absolute buffoon! You mook! You nincompoop! You absolute dum-dum! Okay, so the damage just kind of drifts. Alright. He acts like his IQ was dummy high, like it was 189, but in fact, it was just 19. Man, I forget who it was exactly that said that, but I just remember that he had beef with Nux Taku for like a little bit. And he was just like, my IQ is dummy high, my IQ is 189. I'm not sure if the two of them had actual beef, but like I just remember that quote and I'm just like, wow. That is such a contrary statement. Like dummy high, like so high that you a dummy. See then, do I have anything that restores HP and spell uses? Alright. pop one of these. See how many spells I get, because that's not a lot. Let's see then. I think it's going to be around... Yes, over here. Getting the summon off. And through the fog wall I go. I was about to be enemy locked there. Man, I've always loved this guy's, like, introduction cutscene. Like, it is so fucking iconic. Oh man, he hits like a fucking train. I just need to land all my lightning spears and hope that my NPCs can kind of carry me. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am not looking like I'm gonna be doing too hot against him. Any other items that restore spell slots? Nope. Well, if you can't run away from your problems, you might as well face it head on. Okay, and he has a one-tap kill move. That's a nice thing to know. And you know, my soul memory is 1.5 mils, so you know, to you, my one other viewer, if you had this game on PC, like, it would be very much appreciated if you had, you know, something that can leave a sign. Just going to run back to see if I got any jolly cooperation. Doesn't seem as though I've got anyone that is feeling jolly or cooperative. That was a terrible time for me to heal, just because I completely dodged all of the hits. Alright. You know what? It only costs like 6,000 souls, and I do have that, so I think I'll quickly, since I did wind up losing a humanity, buy one from him. Wait, no, they only cost 3,000? Man, who am I thinking of that sells it for 6,000 then? See then. Who texted me? Oh, it wasn't a text, it was just a notification. Okay, I was nowhere near that bell actually, but okay. Yeah, I felt my phone buzz on my chair, and I was just like, okay, like, what was that? Check it out, and oh, wait, no, it's not a text or anything, it's just a notification that somebody commented on one of my TikToks. And I think the ring I have equipped will make it so that I keep my souls after death, but the ring will break. Like, I think it's pretty much like a Ring of Sacrifice in Dark Souls 1 and 3. You know, I think I'll read that comment out loud since, like, I got the notification. Alright, so it's just on the one I uploaded earlier today about, like, a concept I had for D&D, and they were just like, nah, he's got a point, and it was just me talking about how, realistically, clerics and paladins would hate, like, divine soul sorcerers, as well as, I forget what else I said. Oh, celestial warlocks. Oh, son of a bitch. That missed. And I got no more spell restoring items. And I was just like, yeah, it would suck to dedicate your life to a god only to find out that your god is also freely giving away their powers to individuals that refer to them as daddy. Like, it's not forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's forgive me, Daddy, for I've been naughty. Oh man, it even broke through the pillar and still hit me? Do I still have my souls? Okay, yes I do. And I'm still a human. I thought for sure that if I were to hide behind that pillar that I'd be able to survive, but I guess I was wrong. You know I leveled up those stats specifically for a boss weapon that I wanted to use. But realistically, it's just kind of getting more in the way of me being able to be as powerful as I can be. So I think I'm going to reallocate some of my points. Like, what'll suck is I won't be able to use the boss weapon that I want, that like I specifically wanted, but you know what? It's better to make a viable build than to just flush points down a pipe dream. Besides, I'm so close to being able to just grind off of the giant lord, where like, it's kind of not as big of a deal. Like, it won't be too long until I'm able to just get all those levels back again. I think that this will just make the boss fight a whole lot easier now. Let's see then. Okay, so that really did nothing. You know what? 41 casts of lightning spear, like, that's not too bad. me see them. What are my likes looking like for today? Alright, looks like I got a couple of views on some of my YouTube shorts I uploaded today. What sucks about uploading YouTube shorts is sometimes I'll do like a little skit and I'll actually put effort into it. And to me, it might be like something that I probably took like a couple tries doing. It was genuinely a funny skit. Then I'll get like 2, maybe 3 views on it, and then I'll do something where it's like I'm just dicking around with like a Pokemon filter, and like I'll get like a shit ton of views, a shit ton of likes, or like I'll do something that's like very minor, something that requires no thought, just like me rambling on right now, and it'll get a bunch of views and shit. Like I uploaded a short parody video for the 7 Deadly Sins, and it might have just been due to the time of day that I released it, but it barely got any views on it. I thought that it was one of the funniest fucking things that I ever uploaded. And it was a Pride Month thing. Like, I think I might just do a compilation of, like, anime skits that I did for, like, June, just so that I could put it in there. That way people actually will see it. But, like, it was about Escanor being confused on what Pride Month is, instead of thinking, like, that it's, you know, about gay pride, support, yada, yada, yada. Instead, thinking that it's a month dedicated to how great he is. And then I kind of did something similar to that, where it was Fuhrer King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist, and that one got a lot more views. Where it was just, like, his pride in his nation, but also making fun of the fact that he's a massive fucking racist. Also, part of the joke was, like, he was reading the wrong folder the whole time. Like, it was supposed to be like, oh, hey, he's going to be reading this folder that's supposed to increase the pride of his nation, like, address certain things going on with the war. And instead he picked up the folder on Pride Month. Completely misunderstood what that was about, and instead of addressing what he was supposed to, instead just went on a racist rant about how he wants to kill the Ishvalans. Actually, I think I should probably just switch it to my experience boosting armor, because, like, he's kind of focused on that other guy right now. So I'm pretty sure just 1, a 2, a 3. And that is how you get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Yeah, I can't necessarily do anything yet, and I don't want to come back here until I have acquired all of the giant souls that I need. Hopefully I'm able to trade with this guy, because I accidentally killed the crow. Okay, yeah, so now he's selling some of the better stuff that I actually need. And I don't necessarily have the stats for it, but that is good. That is great. And shoot. It was the Raven I needed to trade with in order to get Velstadt's hammer. That does kind of suck for me. I would really like to have it because I think it also works as a chime. So that probably would have been the best weapon for my build. But unfortunately, since I accidentally killed the bird in a moment of desperation trying to just get rid of all of the enemies that were trying to petrify me, just was a very bad moment. Worst moment of the run. Let me see then. And has enough time passed for his gravestone to show up? Nope. Hmm. I think this is just the AoE lightning attack, if I'm not mistaken. I'll equip it just so that I have it as an option. Okay, yeah, this is the right direction. Oh, so I uploaded a short earlier today talking about like how I think that that vegan teacher should be removed from the platform. And it was entirely due to I think she should just be banned from all platforms because she constantly is making terrible takes. Like saying that children who are actors should be beaten because they were part of a Darman video and they're depicted as not wanting to eat beans because they like the taste of meat. Like, no, those kids should be beaten because they don't like to eat beans. Bitch, what the fuck you saying? Like, you could shut your crankly old flappers out. Like, now also saying, like, that people who eat meat are no worse than Adolf Hitler. And, like, you know, I'm against unethical farming. But at the same time, like, wait a minute. Can this be repaired? Like, I know I'm going to have to fight the troll again, but you know what? There's a bonfire not too far off from this, so I think I'll actually teleport at that bonfire instead. Like, I almost did a foolish thing that was indeed most foolish. But like, you know, just comparing just people to eat meat to Hitler, like, that's also not a good look on you. And recently, and like, this is the reason why I was saying that she deserves to be deplatformed. And it was because she was watching a video of a little itty bitty baby. You know, thing probably has like 1 or 2 teeth in its head, so it's probably like only like a few months old at the most. Like, so young, you could probably still measure its age in weeks. And it was just kind of like a baby, and then the caption was something like, feeding my vegan sister's baby, like, ribs. And, like, you know, it's just a baby, like, and, like, it seemed to be enjoying what it was eating, but it was just, like, chewing on some ribs, and, you know, there's nothing too harmful about that. Like, it was cute, just like a little baby enjoying some ribs. And she basically was just like, yeah, there's no difference between a person feeding, like, that baby, it's obviously enjoying the barbecue sauce. That's the flavor that it's enjoying. Therefore, oh shoot, she was doing the rare leg kick animation, and I completely missed pointing that out until the last second. Ah, man. But she was basically just like, yeah, so because this baby was enjoying the flavor of the barbecue sauce, and barbecue sauce is vegan, there is no difference between this woman, like, and she wasn't even forcing the baby to eat the ribs. She just kind of, like, put ribs in front of the baby. And the baby was just like, hey, yo, I'm enjoying this shit. And she was like, there's no difference between that and, like, a man coating his meat inside a barbecue sauce and forcing the baby to eat that. Like, there is a massive difference, and I shouldn't have to explain, like, between a baby eating of, like, just eating a short rib and some fucking pedophilia shit like that. Like, somebody shouldn't even have to explain that to another human being, that there is a massive difference between actual pedophilia and actual sexual assault of a minor and a child eating food. Like, and, you know, I don't like recording my streams. Like, I don't even stream if, like, my family members are watching my cousins because, like, they're children and I don't want that being in the background. And if my cousins are over, I'll try to only, like, record my shorts when I believe that they are out of the house. Like, I try to avoid doing any sort of, like, stuff that could potentially have minors in the background, because I think of that as being, like, exploitative material, and I don't want my content to be exploitative of minors. And, you know, if that video actually was true and it wasn't just somebody fucking with vegans, which, in all honesty, I think it was. Like, I believe that this baby was actually that person's baby, or it was, like, actually a case of, you know, a woman doing this with a child that isn't hers, which, you know, that actually is a shitty thing to do. Like, if the narrative that she was claiming was actually what was going down. But at the same time, to look at somebody else's video of a baby eating a rib and comparing that to CP and to blatantly and like be like, yeah, picture that innocent, like fucking big, like doughy-eyed baby. Picture them actually sucking a man's, like, it doesn't take a fucking psychologist to hear those kinds of statements, to hear those kinds of, like, mental gymnastics and go, yeah, no, not only are you wrong, you are in the wrong for this kind of statement. No rational adult would say that kind of shit. Like, to look at a baby eating a rib and immediately associate it with child porn, and like, that says more about you than the lady who fed that little baby a short rib. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just have no idea how you ever were allowed to teach children. Oh, son of a bitch. Like, when you have those kind of mental thoughts and you're just like, I don't know. It's just really disgusting. Like, encouraging the abuse of children for acting roles, encouraging, like, basically excusing Hitler, and now just some Pampers plunderer shit like that coming out of your cocksucker. Like, I'm sorry, somebody needs to take your phone, they need to take your laptop, and they need to take your car keys and just be like, all right, Miss Katie, listen, we're going to take you wherever you need to go. We're going to take, no, we're not going to take you to, like, the iStore so that you could get yourself a new phone to record content, because Miss Katie, you don't need the internet, Miss Katie. Like, I'm beginning to see the mental decline inside of some of my family members that are getting up there in years when it comes down to certain things. And, like, it's... But she's younger than these people that are beginning to get on the mental decline due to age. Like, she's younger than them, and yet she says shit that is far worse than anything to come out of their mouths. Alright, and I won't be able to get anything that'll be useful for my build off of this soul. So getting some level ups will be nice. There was kind of no point of me sending it back down, but just in case I somehow manage to die in between these 0 enemies that are between me and the next bonfire, might as well. Because I have died in stupid ways numerous times. Like, if there's a dumb way for me to die in Dark Souls, I will find it. Alright. I think one of my new miracles I bought this stream I'll be able to use now. Let's see them. I know it's not this one because I need 42. But I could have sworn... Okay, so Sunlight Blade. Which actually, now I think about it, is not that bad. I hate this area because of all the guys. Because, like, there's a bunch of dragons and stuff, and, like, there's a bunch of stuff that are of value here. But at the same time, you gotta deal with the fact that there are those explosion guys that specifically, like, while they don't necessarily do damage to you, they do a lot of damage to your item's durability. And it's like, yes, I want all of the good shit. But at the same time, gotta deal with these guys blowing up. I gotta deal with the dragons. I guess those few levels I put into adaptability really helped me out there. And this is an area that I'm probably going to have to cycle back through once I actually make my way through. Like, probably something I'll do in between streams just because of how many enemies I'm going to have to be killing and, like, all that to pick up all of these good things. Like, what's funny is it just made me think about this Freedom Tunes sketch I saw a while back. And, like, Freedom Tunes is, like, this YouTuber that, like, although I try not to, like, do or say anything political inside of my videos, he's, like, this libertarian animator that I find absolutely hilarious. And while I don't necessarily want to, like, specifically call out, like, some of his political stuff that he's done, he released a video that pretty much the way I described this area is essentially like how he described his politics in a nutshell, where it's just like, I want good thing. And, like, it's just like, yes, there are good things. There are upgrade materials. There are soul clumps. And then in his video, it was just like, how you pay for a good thing. And then it was just like, he want bad thing. It was like, no, I don't want bad thing. He want bad thing. I'm just like, yep, that is politics in a nutshell. Pretty right on with that video title. Like, you know, I want good thing, I want upgrade materials, and then it's like, how do you get good thing? And then it's just like, he wants to die, he want bad thing. You know, one thing I like about this area is how the enemies kind of like have this code of honor. Like, even if they don't fight you, they will bow at you when you're passing by and, like, watch you. Aside from, like, these guys, like, look, see, they're bowing in the background. And the reason being is because this is an area of honorable dragon warriors. And while they won't necessarily interfere with you fighting against these big guys, unless you summon somebody. And, you know, like, that is such a cool thing. They're just like, listen, you're trying to get this item to prove that you're worthy of becoming a monarch, becoming a king, and yet you are relying on help from others. You are no king. And you are unworthy of making your way through this area. Heck, and there's a particular enemy that's going to be up here, which is basically going to be like a powered up version of them. And, you know, I'll actually come back before I fight him because, like, I gotta drain the lizard. But, yeah, what I was getting at was this entire area is all about, like, that duelist mentality, that warrior mentality. And if you try to run away from the battle or like do anything to bring like shame to the fight, like by bringing somebody else inside of it, then all these enemies which are giving you respect, like they're all bowing to you as though they're duelists. Like they don't care if you're doing cheap shots. They don't care if you're like going things inside of a certain way. All they care about is the honor of the duel. So things like running away and cowardice, bringing in backup, like, it's frowned upon. So, like, if I go too far up the stairs or if I go through the door, then it's seen as cowardice and I will be charged at by all of them. I hear the cat trying to get through the door. That's going to be annoying. At least she's not meowing at me. Ooh, that hurt. Doesn't help that he's power stancing on me. Ooh, that would have been bad if it would have hit that other guy. Because, like, if I would have hit them, that would have been considered, like, dishonorable towards the duel. Okay, that wasn't that powerful. But yeah, if I would have gone up those second flight of stairs and he was still alive, then I would have just had to deal with a pissed off army of dragon knights after me. Alright. I'll be coming back for you later. Fun fact, he's not even a real dragon. And I won't delve any further into that. But yeah, no, he's not an actual dragon. He's actually a giant who was altered by the experimentation of Aldia, whose quest I somehow managed to screw up. But I think it's just because I went for like the 4 individuals you gotta take out before you're able to enter Drang Lake Castle usually. Like, I think I might have taken them out in the wrong order. I think you're supposed to kill the Old Iron King last. And I think I killed the Rotten last of them. Leveling up. Alright. Oh man, here we go. Like, I'm actually nearing what I set out for all my goals for today. So, you know, pretty solid stream. And, like, I completely forgot that I had to fight against that one dragon in order to really make it to this point. So I forgot to put that inside of my today's goals section. Which, you know, that is whatever. Like, I'm not going to think too much into it. But at the same time, like, the fact I've only got one thing left to do on my list, because, like, this boss is so easy to grind on, and I think that I'm going to grind a few levels before, like, I start to try to pursue, like, a lot of the optional bosses as well as, like, the DLCs, because I'm going to want to try to finish the DLCs before I try to finish the game. And although I won't be able to fight against enemies like Dark Lurker because I messed up the quest line, or Aldia because I messed up the quest line, I'll still try to take out as many bosses as I can. And if I gotta become over leveled to do it, like, dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die. Whatever, I'm not going to think too heavily on that. Okay, so I just maybe gotta slow my roll a little bit, wait for the fire to hit there, and then go for it. That way I can roll out the way of the sword swing. Either way, that was all my fault. And, like, what's so nice about this boss fight, like, I think they specifically designed it this way for people to grind up on levels. The reason I say that is because of the bonfire aesthetic they put so early on. And then on top of that, you're able to get an item which just maximally restores your HP and you're just able to farm an infinite amount of them as long as you're able to kill the giant lord. Yeah, and then a majority of it is just wait for him to do the wind-up and then roll. Oh, and then for that one, you just have to be out of the way of it. And I think if I use a bonfire static right before the boss fight where you fight that one Medusa-looking character, that I'll be able to get a Silver Serpent Ring +2, which will make the farming I gotta do much better. I don't want to use these Souls of a Giant until after I kill Vendrick, just because, like, I don't want to miss out on all of that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. This invader is guaranteed to drop you a humanity every single time too, so that's just another little bonus. So yeah, I'll use this Soul of a Giant Lord. Let's see then. What's my level looking like? 117, alright. Okay then, so getting this to 45, I'll be able to use that one more powerful lightning spell. I wonder. Like, if I max... Let me see then. So if I did this, I would need exactly 52 more levels to be able to max out my faith stat, which will make all of my lightning based attacks just hit like a freight train. But I also think putting points into vigor, since from here on out almost all the enemies will either be able to one or two shot me if I don't start putting points into vigor. So I guess for the time being, getting my hands on the ability to use my most powerful abilities is just... Wait a second, I only needed 42, so I was... Maybe I should have also put some of those levels into Faith. That way I could get Splintering Lightning Spear. So yeah, I guess I'm going to quickly show off just once the grinding method that you gotta do with this particular boss before I end the stream, because killing him was my last goal of the stream. I think tomorrow I'll use a bonfire static, re-kill that one boss at the start of the stream for the Silver Serpent Ring +2, or I might just do that in between streams. Maybe go back to that one area that I went to New Game Plus, that way I can get more casts of Emit Force. Which, now that I think about it, there is a enemy that, like, not an enemy, an NPC. I wonder, since I'm at this point in the game now, if I'm just able to buy infinite copies of Emit Force from him, because in instances where an enemy has got like resistance to lightning, like, it might just be the better spell to go, but that's just a situational thing that I'm saying. Oh shit, he respawned. I didn't realize that he'd respawn too. That means although I did regain a human effigy, I did waste a human effigy. Gonna reset his aggro because I don't want to fuck with him right now. Man, I just ripped ass and it smells like fucking tomatoes. Good lord. Actually, no, I think I'll just kill that one boss in between streams and then use this area as my grinding method. Get my levels up so I can get some better HP. Well, that hurt like a bitch. Don't mind me, I'm just healing because I don't want to die. Yep, wrong thing. Actually, I want to see how much damage this Bright Lightning Spear does now that I have it. Okay, then 138 compared to 103, so that's an additional 35 points of damage. If only I could just buy a shit ton of them. Okay then, so I guess it's just RNG also based off of range. Also, for whatever reason, it sounds like it hit twice the regular lightning spear. So yeah, I'll just kill the Medusa-looking boss in between streams, and then probably kill this guy, like... I think the maximum amount of souls that you can get from him is like New Game Plus 7, and like the difficulty doesn't go up from there, so getting this area to New Game Plus 7 will kind of just be like the difficulty lock, and then again, not a very hard fight. Yep, also got a fire seed. Yeah, so after you go New Game Plus, it drops Divine Blessings, which, like, actually, depending on how much I grind, I could get like 99 of those, and with 99 of those, that'll be great for going up against, what's his name? The Fume Knight. Yeah, the Fume Knight. Also, sounds like one of my family members is watching TV upstairs, and I'm not sure if it could be picked up on my microphone, but it sounds like he's playing it pretty loud. But yeah, I guess I'll just level up a few times, and that'll call it a stream. So yeah, I could get like roughly 280,000 souls per kill. And then like that'll be able to get me to get up there in levels. Okay then, so yeah, so just from doing that one more time, I'm able to level up 12 times, like... I'll check to see if this guy is selling any more casts of Emit Force. Dang, buddy. You can't do that? What sucks about him is I genuinely don't know how to do any of the work for his covenant. Like, I've joined his covenant. Like, do I just have to have the ring equipped? Automatically summons me to others. Okay. Guess I should have been having that equipped the whole time. Who knows? Maybe I'll get summoned in between like today and tomorrow with streams. I know I started my stream a bit later than what I was planning to, so I've kind of made up for it in terms of time. Reinforced weapon and or armor. You know what? Wait a minute. Yo, oh my god, I could have... I forgot I even had that. When did I pick that up? Hold the phone. I'm gonna kill the giant one more time on stream. And I know it's probably not going to be the most exciting thing to watch. Like, oh, like, killing the same boss yet again. Like, listen. Like, the fact that that weapon works as both a mace and a chime. And I can't get the big chime that I wanted from that one guy because I accidentally killed that other trade character. Alright, scripted invader. I just new game plused this bitch. Unless he just didn't feel like invading me, in which case, like, cool beans. Alright, so you head towards this corpse. Wait for the dust to clear. I missed my timing, so I'm going to quickly heal up. Alright. Missed my timing again, but at least I didn't die. I didn't want to do a jumping attack. Okay, so that's what that miracle looks like. Does some pretty decent damage, but I really died like an absolute buffoon. A real dummy. Oh, so there's the scripted invader. She chose to take up the opportunity when my guard would be down. You'd almost think that she was a player instead of an NPC. Damn, the tomfoolery. The absolute buffoonery. I'm not even going to go outside. I'm going to utilize the power of door. Oh, great, I got a text. It looks like it's part of a group text. Oh, fuck. Man, that... yeah, that... Man, that's some... I, I just got some pretty bad news with that text. I'm not even sure if I want to continue playing this game. I know watching me die a couple times, like, to an NPC invader, like, probably not the most entertaining thing, but, like, I'm going to need a few minutes to process what I just read, and, like, I'd rather not get, like, a bad follow-up text, given what was just said, because, like, I might talk about this tomorrow, but I think I'm just going to end the stream here, like, this is just gonna be super fucked up. Like, I don't want to elaborate on what's going on, but I'm just ending the stream.